Good morning. Today we'll discuss the properties and classifications of system. Consider one example. So input to the circuit, it is the X of t, which is the current source, and this is the resistance R, and this is the inductance L. So the current flowing through the resistance is IR of t, and current through the inductance is IL of t is equal to Y of t. So we have to find the input output relationship. Find the input output relationship. For RL circuit. So input to this circuit is current I of t. So the current I of t is equal to total current is the current flowing through the resistance R plus the current flowing through the inductance IL. Okay. So what is the current flowing through the resistors R? It is the voltage upon resistance plus this IL of t. So what is V of t? V of t is nothing but the voltage across the inductance. V of t is the voltage across the inductance, which is given by L into DIL of t by dt. Okay, so we can write the equation like this. V of t into D of t is equal to L into DIL of t. So we can take this L on this side 1 by 1 over L V of t into dt is equal to L into L you have taken on that side. So this is a DIL of t. Next we can write this equation if you take the integration 1 over L into integration of V of t into dt, which is equal to the integration of derivative is IL of t. Okay, so the I of t according to your circuit it is given by L over R. This is the voltage across the induction, that is Vt. So it is L into DIL of T by dt plus this output, that is Y of T. The current flowing through the inductance IL T is equal to Y of T. So what is this I of T? This is the input. So this is X of T, and this 1 over R. This D, what is the IL of T? It is the output. So Y of T by dt plus Y of T. So after substituting these values, now the relationship we can write like this: L over L into d of yt by dt plus y of t is equal to x of t. So this is the output input output relationship expressed as a differential equation. Input output relationship expressed as a differential equation. So suppose the example is given to you. Suppose problem is like this: t into x of t is equal to x of t into cos of 2 pi fc of t. So this t of x of t is equal to y of t. And what is this f sub c? This is the carrier frequency, and this is very important system in a communication system. Okay, next is the linear time invariant system problems. So y of t is equal to x of t into cos of 2 pi fc of t. So this is a linear time invariant systems. Okay, now we have to check whether this system is linear time invariant system or not. So we have to check the additive and homogeneity property, whether this is a linear. So additive additivity we can write like this: t of x1 of t is equal to x1 of t into cos of 2 pi fc t, and this is the output, that is a y1 of t. Now suppose another input x2 of t, we can write here this x2 of t cos of 2 pi fc of t, and this is the another output y2 of t. y1 of t and y2 of t. These are the two outputs, and the additivity property can be checked by adding these two inputs. So we can add this x1 of t plus x2 of t into cos of 2 pi fc t. So if you separate this, we can write like this: x1 of t into cos of 2 pi fc t plus x2t cos of 2 pi fct. Okay, so this is a y1 of t and this is y2 of t. So we can directly write y1 of t plus y2 of t, and this is equal to t x1 of t plus x2 of t. Therefore, this satisfied the additivity property. Let us check the homogeneity. So the function given is t of x of t is equal to x of t cos of 2 pi fct. This is the output y of t, and therefore if the input is multiplied by some factor alpha, then output is also multiplied by the same factor alpha cos of 2 pi fc of t. This we can further write the equation like this: alpha into y of t, and therefore this is alpha into t into x of t. Therefore the system also satisfies the homogeneity property. We can write here, therefore system satisfies homogeneity property. Since it satisfied both additivity plus homogeneity systems, and therefore we can say it is a linear system. The system is linear. Now let us check whether it is a time invariant system. Time invariant system, the system given to you is t x of t is equal to x of t into cos of 2 pi fc of t. Okay, time invariant system means whether the input is delayed by some time whether the output is also delayed by some time. Okay, whether we have to check whether the system is time invariant or not. So further we can write, if the input is delayed by some time, x of t minus t0. Okay, so input is delayed by some time. We can say here this is a delayed input. Okay, now the output equation can be written like this. Okay, so let us check the output and the input. And this is not equal to y of t minus t0, and therefore we can write here x of t minus t0 cos of 2 pi fc t minus t0. Okay, therefore we can write here t of x of t minus t0 is not equal to y of t minus t0, and therefore the system is time invariant. The system is time invariant. Therefore, the modulation is not an linear time invariant systems. The modulation system in communication, this is not the time invariant system. Consider another example. The transfer function is given e raised to power j 2 pi f naught t is equal to c into e raised to power j 2 pi f naught t. So this system represents an linear time invariant system. The output of this system is the complex sinusoid into some constant. Okay, this is the output of the system. This is the complex sinusoid and this is the constant, and the input is also complex sinusoid. Okay, therefore we can write here, since the linear time invariant system is equal to t into e raised to power j 2 pi f t minus t0, which is equal to y of t minus t0. Therefore, the t into e raised to power j 2 pi ft into e raised to power, we are just separating the terms, 2 pi f naught t0 minus sign will appear here. Okay. And this is the output y of t minus t0. So this is we can call it as a scaling factor alpha. Therefore, e raised to power minus j 2 pi f naught t0 t into e raised to power j 2 pi f naught t, and we can write here y of t minus t0. Therefore, y of t into e raised to power minus j 2 pi f naught t naught is equal to y of t e raised to power minus j 2 pi f naught t naught is equal to y of t minus t0. And if you set time t is equal to 0, here suppose time t is equal to 0, then t naught is equal to minus t, and therefore y of 0 into e raised to power minus this is equal to y of t. If you put this value, then y of 0 into e raised to power minus j 2 pi f naught t is equal to y of t. So this will become constant, see, and therefore we can write here output y of t c into e raised to power j 2 pi f naught t. This will be plus, if you put here t is equal to t0 is equal to minus t. So y of t is equal to c into e raised to power j 2 pi f naught t, and if input y of t is equal to c e raised to power j 2 pi f naught t, then output is constant into input, and therefore e raised to power j 2 pi f naught t is an eigenfunction of linear time invariant system. E raised to power j 2 pi f naught t is an eigenfunction of linear time invariant system. So analysis of the linear time invariant system. Analysis of linear time invariant system. Impulse response. So for getting the impulse response, we should apply the impulse input to the system. This is the system having some transfer function. The output of this system will be impulse response if you applied here the impulse input to the system. Therefore, we can write the output of the system h of t is equal to t into del of t, and the output of linear time invariant system corresponding to impulse, and this is the impulse input, impulse response of the system. This is impulse response of the system. Why it is impulse response? Because we have applied here the impulse input to the system, and whatever the response of the system, that will be the impulse response of the system, and this is the impulse input. Del of t is the response of linear time invariant system. To arbitrary input x of t. So now the input is here x of t, and as this is the response of linear time invariant system having some transfer function, this is the output, and therefore we can write here this is the h of t, that is impulse response. Now we can write here t of del of t is equal to the impulse response h of t. So the shifting property is x of t, that is input to the system, is the integral over the function minus infinity to infinity x of tau del of t minus tau d tau. So the output of the linear time invariant system, we can write output of linear time invariant system y of t is equal to t of x of t, and therefore we can write here t of, put the value of x of t, integration over minus infinity to infinity x of tau del of t minus tau d tau. So what is this? This is the weights, and this is the signal. Okay, so output of linear combination of outputs. So we can write here y of t, that is output, is a linear combination of output. So minus infinity to infinity x of tau t of del of t minus tau d tau. So from the time invariance we can write since t into del of t is equal to h of t, and therefore as per the shifting property, t of del of t minus tau h of t minus tau into, so follow from the time invariance follows from the time invariance y of t is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of tau h of t minus tau d tau, and this is actually the convolution. And this is the output of the system, output y of t for any arbitrary input x of t, for any arbitrary input x of t. So this is the shifting property, and therefore the impulse response h of t completely determine output y of t for any arbitrary input x of t. Therefore we can write here y of t is equal to x of t into h of t. So this is the convolution operation. And x of t is the convolved with h of t. X of t convolved with h of t. Therefore we can write integration over minus infinity to infinity x of tau h of t minus tau d tau. Next is the property of the convolution integral. First is the commutative. So x of t convolved with h of t, we can write here h of t which is convolved with x of t. This is called as the commutative property. And therefore, the x of t convolved with h of t is equal to the integration over minus infinity to infinity x of tau h of t minus tau d tau. And therefore, we can write here t minus tau is equal to tilde tau, and therefore if you take the differentiation, that is d tau is equal to d tilde tau. And therefore we can write here infinity to minus infinity h of t minus tilde tau tilde h of tau tilde into minus of d tau tilde, and the negative sign used to change the order of limit. This negative sign is used here to change the order of limit. Therefore, we can write minus infinity to infinity x of t minus tau tilde h of tau tilde into d tilde tilde d tau. Okay. Further, we can write this equation minus infinity to infinity h of tilde tau x of t minus tilde tau d tau tilde, and this is nothing but the h of t is convolved with x of t. Second is the associative property. Convolution of associative. Okay. So x of t, the input which is convolved with the impulse response h1 of t, which is itself convolved with h2 of t. Third is the distributive. So convolution of distributive. Convolution of distributive. So x of t convolved with the impulse response h of t plus the impulse response h2 of t. This we can write here, x of t convolved with h1 of t plus h2 of t, and therefore this further we can solve. This will become x of t, which is convolved with the first impulse response h1 of t plus input x of t. Again it is convolved with the second impulse response h2 of t. This is the distributive property.